Black women don't like masculine black men. And it's just based around the fact that they can't emotionally sway that man. Most black women like hood dudes like the Pookies and Ray Rays because they can control them emotionally. Of course, he has to be attractive to her. He has to fit her type of physical build and aesthetic. And once he has those things checked off, the next phase for her is to see if she can rattle him emotionally, to get him to react emotionally. And if she can do that, and she can get him to react emotionally, whether it's her having an attitude, disrespecting him, calling him out his name, and she can get him to go back and forth with her and get overly aggressively talking to her and stuff like that, for a lot of black women, that is attractive. They'll be with that kind of guy over the man that's a man's man. That the moment she act out of line or out of bounds, he gone. Because he got his life in order. He's not with the bullshit. He's not about to sit up here and go back and forth with you. He's going to just simply get up and walk away. Block your number and move on with his life. Because some men ain't going to play them kind of games. You're not going to sway him emotionally. So those kind of black guys, black women for the most part despise. Those truly masculine black men. Of course, they like the masculine look. They love the thug look, tattoos, the muscles, the intimidating look. You know, they love the physicality of a black man. But if you look at a lot of black women and their baby daddies and the men they deal with, a lot of these men are unemotionally stable. These guys will crash out and throw their whole life away if he feels like somebody disrespecting him. This man will put his hands on his baby mama or whoever if he feels like she's playing him. These men will crash out over the slightest emotional tick because, again, they're not emotionally developed or mentally developed to understand how to react in those situations accordingly. But for some odd reason, black women love these kind of black men because they can control those kind of black men. And women of the black community love control. Women in general like to have control, but particularly for black women, it is something that they have to have in a relationship. They have to feel like they have some sort of stronghold on you. If they can't find that with you, especially if you're a black man, they're going to say you're not their type. You don't do it for them. Something ain't really hidden. You're not an ugly dude. You're not a dude that's broke. You're not a dude that ain't got, you got everything going for yourself as a black dude. But for some reason, a lot of black women may not find you attractive. They'll call you a square. They'll call you a cornball. They'll call you an Uncle Tom. And that's just a defense mechanism because when they do try to get at you and they do try to pull at your strings to see if they can control you emotionally, they can't. And for a lot of black women, that is annoying. That is equivalent to them hearing fingernails scratching on a chalkboard because that for them is everything. It's control. And let me preface it by saying this. I love black women. I don't have no hate in my heart towards black women. But I'm around black women. And I'm going to tell you straight up and down what it is. Black women, for the most part, if they can't control you, they're not going to deal with you. If black women cannot control you, they're not going to deal with you. No matter how good you look. They may get with you. They may spend a brief moment with you. But as time progresses, she is going to try to find ways that she can control you. And the main thing is to get you to act out of your body. If she can't find nothing that can get you to act out of your body after a while, you're boring to her. You're not stimulating enough for her. Because for a lot of black women, they flourish in drama and chaos and havoc. They love the negativity that comes with being dysfunctional. Especially black women. Most women, for the most part, like a little emotional turmoil. We know that. They like a little drama. It keeps things exciting for them. But especially for black women in the black community, they love drama. Why do you think they love Housewives of Atlanta and all these little talk shows about men and men doing this and that and what men need to do and he ain't do this and that. Why you think they got so many talk shows talking about men in such a negative way? And they of course they say positive things about men too, but you can tell the umbrella of the show is what a man ain't doing for them, what a man ain't bringing to the table. That's the umbrella of what they're basing a lot of their content on when they do content about black men or men in general. It's what they're not doing for them. And it all stems back to what I say. Women, especially of the urban community of color, love control. If they cannot find a way to control you, this is why a lot of times they don't want to go for the guy that has a lot of money. They want a man with a lot of money because now they can use his resources. But they don't want the man, especially if he's a black man, to have his life in order because she can't find any way to have him attached to her because he don't need her for nothing besides, of course, sexual pleasure and companionship. But if she's withholding that, trying to find a way to have some power with him, like he got to give her some act right to get those two things, he ain't dealing with her. Oh, he ain't gonna mess with her now because she's not giving him cooperation. That kind of stuff right there for a lot of black women is like Anywho, he ain't my type anyway. That's their defense mechanism when they can't get a man to give them that quote unquote act right. Or they try to find ways to withhold things from a man. And this is the God honest truth. This is no fabricated shit. This is real. Every black man know what I'm saying is true. You deal with enough black women, you will start to realize that most black women love drama. They love drama, they love chaos, and they love control. And if they can't get you to act emotional, they can't get you to crash out, she just needs to feel like she can get you there. Some women, of course, they don't want you to go and, throw your life away for the most part. They don't want you to, lose your life being emotional if they really love and care about you. But for a lot of black women, they need to know that that's in their arsenal. They can get you to act emotional. They can get you out your body because that's always going to be in their arsenal. Just in case they feel emotional one day and they want some attention or they want to feel wanted or they want to just they're bored. They got to know they can pull that card out and get you to do that and get you to act like that. But if she's with a masculine, strong black man that is emotionally intelligent and understands who he is and what he's not going to tolerate, and she pulls that card on you trying to get you to act out of your body and you don't do that, now she's just like, and a real black man is going to walk away from that woman because he already know this is going to lead to disaster anyway. This is real shit, man. And black women, it's sad because, of course, I love black women and I've dealt with black women throughout my life. But I've noticed most of the black women that I've dealt with, and don't act like and say, oh, that's the ones you've dealt with. Nah, majority of y'all are the same. Y'all are all, for the most part, of course, everybody's different. Everybody operates slightly different. But for the most part, women in general are the same. Women in general, for the most part, are the same. So when I say my experiences, it ain't just my experiences. For the most part, any other man would have a story about what I'm saying and relate or have the exact same situation. But from my experiences from black women, for the most part, they're going to be the first ones to play hard to get. They're going to be the first ones to act like you're not good enough for them. They're going to be the first ones to try to bring your self-esteem down, to make themselves feel like they got more value in that relationship in some kind of way. They'll be the first ones to downplay your success. I don't know why it's like that. But I like I say, I think it all comes down to just having control and having power over a black man. And it's sad because you'll rarely see a black couple win together. You'll see it, but you'll rarely see a strong black power couple both succeeding at a high level as a family, and they truly got each other's back, and they're truly a team. Most of the time, you'll see a strong black man that's successful with a bunch of baby mamas that he regret. Because he tried and tried and tried to find that queen, but he couldn't find one. And you'll see a lot of black women at the top that got their life in order that can't keep a man. Every man they deal with is a Pookie and Ray Ray. Every man they deal with ain't shit. And for the most, she could have some baby daddies. But she's a high-ranked black woman with everything you can imagine. She got money, she got her own house, car. She don't need a man for nothing. Yeah, she got all them badges, but she can't latch on to a strong black man for some reason. And this is why I say it's one of those things where it's deep, it's rooted in our culture that we are dysfunctional. We are dysfunctional as black people. And especially when it comes to black women, the sad truth is a lot of black women don't want a strong, masculine black man because they can't control him emotionally. And that for a lot of women is the only way they can keep a sense of control in that relationship. They can't just let the man lead. They have to feel like they're neck and neck with the man. So it's a whole ball of shit, man. And that's why a lot of times you see a lot of black couples, they're not labeled husband and wife. They're labeled baby daddy and baby mama. They're not labeled husband and wife. They're labeled baby daddy and baby mama. Because it's a dynamic that in the black community we just can't beat. We can't beat that stigma because we don't know how to function as a unit, because it starts with the woman being submissive to the man. If the man is going out there bringing home that bacon every day, if the man is supposed to protect you and provide and be a man that can lead, you got to be feminine and submissive to that man in order for that man to fully fall into place in that role. You can't be trying to one up him and try to make it seem like y'all are neck and neck and then try to find ways to bring him down on an emotional or a spiritual level, because that makes you feel better about yourself. So you can brag to your aunties and your sisters and your cousins about how you got your man on a leash. This is why they end up on these talk shows talking about they baby daddy and why men in the past didn't work for them and what a man needs to do and what a man needs to have. It's just a vicious cycle that never ends. But that's the truth, and that's what it is. People gonna hate it, people gonna understand it, but it is the truth. And that's all it is. But on that note, take what you want to take with it. I'm gone.